afternoon, wherever you might be. My name is Marva B. I am the CEO and founder of Black Link Magazine. So excited to be here tonight and have my special guest. I'm going to let him do the honors of introducing himself. But first of all, welcome to Black Link Magazine.
Oh, Marva, it is so very good to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you to Desiree L. Benson, PR, Superstar PR, for hooking us up. And so I'm really honored to be here tonight. I am Zemill, founder and creator of Zemill's PoJazz experience. Zemill means joyous melodies in Hebrew. So again, I'm so very excited to be here with you tonight.
I'm excited to have you. Shout out to my girl Desiree. Always, always. She's such a beautiful person. We're gonna jump right in this interview, and thank you for introducing yourself. Thank you for your time, and I want you to, if you will, tell us a little bit about growing up, and if when you were growing up, is your career, what you do, spoken word, all of that, is that what you always wanted to do, or did that come later in life? Like, tell us a little bit about your past.
Well, thank you. It was always in me, and believe it or not, I'm a seasoned veteran of life, shall we say. And from the age of 6, I was always a poet, and music and writing has always been in me, from the first grade all the way through school, through college, and in my life. So I inherited that from my father, who was a part of a group called the Festivals, who had a hit called "We're Gonna Make It" back in the '60s. And so the music was always in me. But I went to work after going to SMU, graduating from Roosevelt High School Mustangs, and then became an SMU Mustang. Worked for corporate America, largest transportation company in the world, for 40 years. But my passion was always calling me. And so when I retired a few years ago, I got an opportunity to go full time into my writing, into the music, into the production. So it's always been in here. So my part of my life, 40 years of corporate America, right? But
Right.
the last 15 years of that, I created something called Zemill's PoJazz Experience back in 2010, started writing, um, hooked up with a guy, producer by the name of Joe McCrae, fabulous musician,
Mhm.
and producer. And we started doing music together in 2010. And it's been a journey. It's been an incredible journey. It's been an incredible ride. Had an opportunity to perform at the Black Academy of Arts and Letters here in Dallas for like 10 years straight,
Wow.
Friday and Saturday night in Curtis King's Poets and Jazz series. And so it's been an incredible excursion, journey, awakening that has happened in the music, and it continues to grow. And we look forward to where it's going.
So I'm a music lover and always have been. And I just feel like music can just talk to any emotion that you're having. What inspires you?
You know what? That's a really good question. And for me, it is simply the thought. I receive the thought, and sometimes it's in the middle of the night, sometimes just sitting around. But I've rarely ever, periodically, I'm contracted to do writing for someone, or to write a piece or a poem or something for someone. But
Uh-huh.
the majority of the time, I only write when I'm inspired. That way I know that it's coming and that the thought is pure and what I'm attempting to convey is pure and it's real. And then it's just a matter of getting it down on paper or having the phone next to me so that I can record it. So I'm inspired by life. I'm inspired by the moment. I'm inspired by whatever that thing is that's going around me and inside of me.
I like the fact that you're like, I do it when I'm inspired because I feel like it's most impactful to people. Like, who shaped your voice? Was it your mom? Was it another, you know, figure in your life?
Do you mean the voice in terms of the writing or the voice in terms of the person speaking in general?
Can we speak to both of those?
Oh, absolutely. It's a great question. I will tell you first and foremost, my mother, Shirley, uh, Marie Lynch, we lost
Oh,
her way too soon. She passed away at 49. She is the reason I am everything that I am. My mother raised 3 boys on her own, my brother Byron, my brother Ewell.
wow.
And she instilled in us a work ethic that is beyond reproach. and she taught us to walk and to stand up straight and to
Right.
not go to bed with dishes in the sink.
Yes.
And we got whoopings. We had discipline. But it's funny, you just brought us something. I can honestly say I've never really said this in any of the interviews that I've done, and I've done a ton. But one of the inspirations, you talk about my voice and where it came from. My mother was there, doing my senior talent show. My mother was there when I began, the writing or the journey. And she always said, she used to tell me, you know what you got to do. But the one thing that I've never mentioned before that I just saw in my head, and I promise you, this is just real, this just happened. She wrote in my yearbook, she said, go do everything that you're going to do and be all that you're going to be, so that one day maybe I don't have to work as hard. And she did, a little smiley thing, on there. And I think about that. And one of the only things that I think about now as it relates to it, not just the happiness and what we shared and all those things, but I wrote in a song that's coming out, and you're the first one to hear this. Hopefully we have it finished in May, this ode to my mother, Oh How I Miss Your Smile, is how she would say, you know what you got to do. And no matter what was going on in my life, when she said, you know what you got to do,
Yeah.
that was the direction. And so my voice was led by the voice that she placed inside my mind and my heart and my spirit.
That's deep. Nothing like a mother's love. A lot of times, even when with my children, like you're so hard on me, mom. You this, you're that. But it's all later on. You will thank me. Like my mama told me, one day you will thank me, and I'm thankful for the upbringing, right? And they say a woman can't raise a man to be a man. You are the prime example, right? Don't tell us what a woman can't do,
Don't tell
right?
me, especially a black woman.
That's it.
I did that ode to black women. I don't know if you've seen that, but if not, then I'll send you the link to it. That I did a tribute to black women, and when you look around at all that you have been through, all that you have done, all that you have to do. Now, black men, we as a people, black men
Mhm.
and women, have endured a lot. It just life and living on this earth, being in this country in these times, and in these crazy moments that we find ourselves now. But the perseverance, the resilience, the power, the strength, the warmth, the discipline, and all those things that exist in you, the black woman, is unparalleled in this world today.
I love spoken word. I love jazz. I love music. I love all of that and how that connects to your soul and healing. And how does it speak to your soul? And how is it? Do you ever use this as a healing mechanism from anything?
That is that is a beautiful question. And when I get an opportunity to talk to young people about poetry, I always have said that poetry is the language of expression, right? And
Yes.
so when you talk about writing, when you talk about music, music takes you places where the bus, train, or airplane can never take you, because it warms your soul. And part of what Zemill's PoJazz experience does, and as my tagline is actually music, words of music to lift your heart and warm your soul and stir your spirit.
My
Uh,
God.
and so it's all those things. So I use music as a vehicle to as escape, as relaxation, as you said, healing, because there are events in our life that we cannot avoid. We cannot, that we have to, sometimes we have to run into the fire, sometimes we're burned by the fire. But when you get an opportunity to step back, one of the things that writing does, it allows yourself to breathe. It allows the feelings and emotions to breathe. And when you write those things down and you put them in music or you put them in words, and you can leave it there, now you can not only exhale from it, but you can see it
Mm.
and reflect on it. And being able to reflect and seeing where you were, what you did, what did happen and what didn't happen, and taking a look at that experience helps you to heal and move beyond it.
Yeah, it's so true. I can relate. I could talk to you all night about this. I can relate to that because I have a journal, right? From
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago. And sometimes I pick that journal up and it takes me back. And I'm just like in that world again.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
journaling is so beautiful. And I talk to a lot of music artists, and they talk about how they write and what that does to them and how it heals them and how it takes them to a place, and all this intertwines together. And I mean, it's just beautiful. And then it just becomes this beautiful piece of work, right? And
Yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah. A
yes,
living, breathing thing, right?
yes,
It is, and so that's again, I talk to people about journaling, because
yeah,
being able to write those thoughts down, because it has to go somewhere. Those
yeah,
emotions, like if you keep them all bottled up
yeah,
inside you, I mean, it's turmoil, right? And
yeah.
so even if there's something, like I said, that you're going through, whether it's love, it's happiness, it's feeling, all those things that are going through you, they have to go somewhere. They need to be expressed, and that's what writing and music and journaling allows you to do.
Yeah, you talk about working with children, and these days the things that children face were where when I was growing up, some of these things I didn't have to deal with, right? And it kind of they're always saying, well, he's depressed or he's this, he needs medicine, he needs this because of what he went through. But I tell you what, if you can get that stuff out of them on paper and just let them write, don't keep it in where you're really stressing you out. Get it out. If there's no one you can go talk to, write it down.
Write it
Right.
down. It's a release.
It's a release. As you guys may know, Zemill is going to be in our special Mother's Day edition. A poet, right? A spoken word is going to be in Black Link magazine. I read it already, so I got the heads up on that. So
Oh,
you gotta read it, and you gotta follow Zemill. He has a lot of good work. Tell me about what inspired you for the magazine.
yes. Actually, thanks to Desiree, I had an opportunity to, be in and do some work with several magazines,
Yes, she's amazing.
helping them. And so, like I said, Life and, and a couple of others. And so it's always, again, sharing the expression, sharing the moments, sharing the thoughts, sharing the inspiration. So the piece about, a mother's love, when she brought this to me, and she spoke to me about you, I was said, "Oh, sure, I'll do that." That's just amazing. You don't even have to ask. That's
Oh,
twice, because that's like near and dear to my heart. And
yeah.
so the idea, and again, thank you for having me. Thank you for the opportunity to be in the magazine, but to be able to talk about a mother's love, to be able to say something about who you are, what you've done, and all that you have meant to me. There's a line that's going to be that's in the song. It's like 10 trillion years could I live and never be able to repay you for the love that you would give.
That makes me cry. Gosh, this is so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Can't pay you back. We
Yeah,
still living on the prayers of our mothers and grandmothers and
we
parents.
are.
So,
We are.
so I'm honored, really.
Yeah, that's why this magazine is so special. And we took is we took a bunch of mothers and grandmothers and gave them their flowers, so to speak. Like maybe you don't get your flowers enough. Let's put you in this magazine and get it out to the universe, right? And what your mother meant to you. What do you mean? What does it mean for you to be a mother? And then when she said, "I have somebody for you," and she was telling me about, I was like, a male? Yes. Absolutely, yes. To talk about mothering, yes, we want,
Oh,
so
absolutely, absolutely. There are nuances in life that, a father is going to teach, and he's going to have a different perspective from your
yeah.
mother. And there are mothers, a daughter with her father, that she's going to have nuances with
Ooh,
him and differences. But you cannot take anything from either one of them, because
right.
yeah, man is best at raising a man in those nuances and those things about that man, that
Yes.
idea of what a man should be. However, one of the things we miss in life is balance, and
Oh,
not have, and the depth and unconditional feelings of emotions, and the sharing, and the life of a person, how it's displayed and lived, is manifested in the mother. The
yes.
man is the strength, he's a guide, and all these kind of things. But she's going to give you that, but mom is going to give it from a different perspective. She's going to give it from a different type of depth of emotion. And so that's where we are. So I
Gosh,
feel like you need both, but um, your love as a mother is irreplaceable. Someone may fill that space, but then you can never be replaced.
never be replaced.
Never.
And when you talk to me like that, I'm like thinking of my mother and my father and how I'm a daddy's girl. He passed away as well, but I have my mother still. I'm a mother. I'm a mama's girl too. But you talk about balance. My dad gave me as a young girl, long growing up. He gave me what I needed to grow into this woman that I am. Right, but there was something my mother instills in
Yeah.
me that I can never repay her for her time. My daddy was a provider. He loved his family. My mom gave me that nurturing and those talks that
Yeah.
I needed. And it's balance. It's
It's different.
balance.
It's a different deal. Different deal.
It
Yeah.
is. And I'm so thankful. If there was someone that walked up to you and said, Zemill, I have these thoughts inside of me and I don't know how to get them out. I don't know where to start. What is your best advice? Like, I know, like you talked about, I wait to hear it or see it or feel it or whatever. But what's your best advice for someone that's maybe even wanting to walk in your footsteps, like do what you do, but just don't know how to get there
Oh man, another good question is very the answer is very simple. Is to express it and just do it.
and
Just
just do
and just because and when you write, just let it flow. It's amazing that you should ask me that question because I had uh, uh, a niece, a god niece here, who was just going through some things, who writes sometime, and she had this writer's block, and she was trying to express herself in a feeling. So I had her to stand up in front of the room, okay,
it.
and I said, okay, here's how easy this is. It's simply easy, complex, and simple.
Mhm.
Just start talking. Just tell me how you feel about this in your own way.
Yeah.
Forget the vernacular, the punctuations, but just tell me today, this I woke up and I was feeling kind of bad. And then the sun came through the shade, and then I saw the light. And then in that moment, I realized that there was something else out there for me because just having the light made me feel better. Like I just made that up, right? So
You
I
made
just
it. Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I said, so I tell people, if you're going to pursue the art and be serious and let it, and you have to have a certain passion about it. But it's like anything else in life. If you decide and make the decision that you're going to do it, I wrote this thing, we are the sum of the choices we make, the chances we take, and the opportunities we create. And
Wow.
so if you want to pursue whatever it is that you want to pursue, just do it. But when it comes to writing, just let it flow. Just don't you can go back and edit it later.
There you
But
go. There
if you
you
get
go.
stuck, one of the things I say is the easiest thing to do is just start talking.
I never thought of that because I hear like when I talk to artists and they say I got writer's block and I didn't know, so I had to walk away or whatever. Do you ever, as a poet, do you ever have writer's block?
Yeah. I'm inspired by life and that's around me. And like, you could literally, and this is just you and me talking, right? It's literally you can just give me something to say, Samir, talk to me about this. And then whatever that thought is about that, I may ponder up on it for a sec. Okay. And then okay, just go. Here's where we are. What's the subject? What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about? And just because it's in you to share. It's a gift that's in you to share. And I also wrote, that I feel that I'm just an instrument that has been commissioned to convey, you know, uh, deep and meaningful thoughts. And so that in mind, if you're saying something and it's coming from your heart, and it's coming directly from your heart, which you mentioned earlier, which is really, really profoundly said, then it's real because it's coming from a place of it's coming from a place of reality.
Mhm.
Some of it is sometimes you can make things up and you can say you can always go the instrument to spider, you can always go just make up something, you can do that.
Yeah.
But when you get it from here,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And so when you give the word, so just speak, just start with today I was, or today I'm feeling this, or right now I'm here, or love is, or
Yeah.
pain is, or I'm feeling this, and just run with it.
I like that as a public speaker. Like I'm like, I don't know where to start. And if I would just start talking, right?
And you have a really nice and bubbly, energetic, magnetic personality. You got a charismatic smile and all
Thank
of that.
you. Thank
So just
you.
your presence, just the energy that you bring to the thing, I can see you walking up to the mic and just do it. Just go with it.
So that's going to be in the back of my head. Just do it. I
Just
need to have this talk with you.
yeah, just go with it, man. Just
Yeah.
go with it.
So, to wrap this up, what poetic statement or short quote can you give or offer appreciation or reverence or recognition for um, the love of this art that you do? Does that make sense?
Yes, I would say that poetry is honest, and in your recreation of those thoughts and expressing those thoughts to the people that are around you, bring forth the honesty and truth in a way that only you are uniquely capable and able of conveying it, because there is this person's truth or that person's truth, and then there is the truth,
Hmm.
right? And I
Yeah.
was just talking to a friend of mine yesterday, Charles Drayton. He's in California right now. He was here visiting, and he was talking about the truth. And these young people like to say these truths. So, as a poet, remember what I mentioned earlier, that poetry is the language of expression, and how you articulate that thought and express those thoughts um, can be taken as something that is meaningful, but you will put there for your purpose. And your goal is to expand and share that purpose, because the world is waiting to hear your voice.
Wow. I love it. I love that. I appreciate you so much for all of that. Like I could keep you forever and I won't. But I
Yeah.
like seriously thank you for your time. I thank you for the knowledge that you just have given, because I'm sure that somebody's going to watch us, because I'm telling you, I got a bunch of aha moments just having this short conversation with you. And so I appreciate your time. I appreciate the work that you do. I'm thankful that you're going to be in the magazine. How do people follow you, contact you? How do we come and see you live? Like, tell us more.
AttentionRequired.com for all things Zemill. Zemill's PoJazz Experience on Facebook and YouTube. Zemill's PoJazz on Instagram and TikTok. Zemill's PoJazz Experience on Facebook and YouTube. Zemill's PoJazz on TikTok and Instagram. AttentionRequired.com is the website.
Attention required. What's next for you? Like, where can we find you in the next through? What can we find you doing in the next, say, 30 days, 3 months? Like, what's next?
I'm doing this song called Mother, Mom, How I Miss Your Smile. I'm promoting that. And then I am about to release something that is totally different from uh, it's about the price of freedom. And
Mm,
it's way different from the lot of the love and the smooth jazz and smooth R&B
right.
stuff.
It
I'm gonna
sounds
tell you,
good.
there's a lot of people talking about what's happening in the streets, and I'm so tired of these people say, "Where the black people in the protesting?" And I'm going to show them this is where we were, and I'm going to ask you, where were you when we were here in this place? And so when you see that, you're going to say, "Wow, that's deep." And I'm going to say, "This is where we were," and you have all of your civil rights today that are on being about to be threatened to be taken away by the
Absolutely.
work that we did. So over the next couple of months, that's what I'm going to do, and to continue to promote that, that tribute to Black women that I did, which was received very, very, very well. And
Boy, I love
yes,
that. Yeah,
and
I love that.
yeah, and so and again, thanks to Desiree, and then hope you and yours are well over there, and that everything goes well for you and your family.
Thank you, and I wish the same for you. I appreciate you. One more thing, how was you went to the Grammys this year,
Oh,
and you performed at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles Jazz Club.
Yeah.
It.
That was great. I had an opportunity, like I said, Desiree hooked that up as well with the great Hank Bilal. He is an
Yeah,
incredible trombone player, incredible artist, very talented. So got an opportunity to perform there, and it was received well. And it's always good to go into a new and different place, and the people receive you well, and they
yeah,
receive him well. And I said, dude, I just met him. I bought the CD, so I thought he's super talented guy. The
wow,
Grammys were incredible.
yeah,
Got a chance to see, to see all those stars, to see all those people in that place. But really, the cool thing for me was to see like the background production. Like you on TV, you don't see the stage changes and all the stuff, the moving parts where they're
yeah,
creating and doing whole sets while they're going to commercial and while one camera is focusing, on this person that's on the mic, a whole nother stage is built. So you get a chance to see the back end of it all. And got a chance to get dressed up and, hey, put the tuck
I love
on,
it. I
go
love it.
hang out. And so it was all good. It was a great experience and got a chance to see, the crypto center where Kobe Bryant was recognized
Yeah,
around it,
yeah,
Shaq and all the great Lakers. So it was a momentous day eye awakening. uh, I was not in the awe that I thought I might have been being in the presence of all of those. It for me, it was really inspirational.
yeah,
More of
absolutely.
an inspirational thing than it was, oh my God, there's all these people. It was like, wow, this is cool.
I kind of thought that too. Like when I would be among them, I would be like, oh my gosh, and I was like, they're just people like me, but look
Yeah.
at everything else around us that I'm getting to experience.
That's exactly where I was. And met a whole lot of people, made a
Yeah.
lot of connections, with people and did some impromptu stuff with some people. Yeah, and so it was all good. It was all good.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad you got that opportunity. Again, shout out to Desiree. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah.
And again, we will cross paths. We will try to find you somewhere live and come and see you. I don't know if you're in Texas. I'm in Oklahoma, so that is not far.
Yeah, I'm in Dallas. That's not far at all. Sometime later this summer, I have to send you a link and get it to Desiree. I am working on the Zemill's PoJazz Experience Live. It's a show that we did, and we
Oh,
did a grand opening. We did a premiere here and sold out this real huge
oh,
theater, and the whole thing is shot in 4K, and it makes you feel like you're actually at the show.
oh,
So
wow.
next couple of months, we have to talk and see if, is there a place in Oklahoma where we can get
Well,
500 people
heck
and
yeah.
come, that's want to see something unique and something different. So
That would be amazing. I know a couple people. I know a few people. So
I know you do. I already know. I
let's
already know.
talk to Desiree and see, we don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Hook it up.
Well, thank you again for being here. I really appreciate it. You guys, listen, we're going to go for now, but remember, respect yourself, respect each other. God bless.
Blessings.